Right now on CBS 46, the coronavirus pandemic now affecting hundreds of thousands of Metro Atlanta families. The mad scramble as schools close until further notice.
I'm Daniel Wilkerson, live at a Midtown Kroger where items are flying off the shelves. I'll have what you need to know in a live report.
Closures, cancellations, and the White House banning some travel from Europe. Airlines are making some big changes.
Plus, the Democratic candidates for president say the show must go on. We are just days away from the next round of presidential primaries.
Good morning to you on this Friday, March 13th. I'm Gurveer Dinsau.
Good morning. I'm Megan Packer in for Karen. Lots to get to today. Let's get right over now to Fred Campagna tracking Atlanta's most accurate forecast on this Friday the 13th.
Now, a little bit of rain out there this morning, Megan, moving through right now. It's light rain right now coming through the Midtown area. You can see that it is steadier to our north. It's warm out there this morning. It feels like a late spring morning with temperatures already in the mid 60s. Steadier showers the farther north you go. So the top end of the perimeter right now seeing some steady rain. Nothing really showing up at the bottom end though, and most of the rain is in far north Georgia this morning, and there are showers showing up off to our west that'll be moving on through. So a little unsettled for us this morning. It is mild out there in the 60s. It will get warmer this afternoon even without a lot of sunshine. I'm looking for high temperatures, as you can see here, to get up into the low, maybe mid 70s with a lower risk of rain as we go through the afternoon. Things have been picking up a little bit on the roadways this morning. Here's Barmel with another look at our pinpoint traffic.
They have been picking up, Fred. Check this out on our pinpoint traffic cam. Building volume going westbound just on I-20, just near Panola Road. Now, this is really important just for the fact that there's an accident spot causing these significant delays, creating these backups that are starting to extend this morning. I want to show you on our map, this again happening right here on I-20 going westbound just near Wesley Chapel Road. You can see delays leading all the way back with orange and red indicating speeds in the 30s and teens. Travel time going to be 15 minutes as you make your way towards that accident spot in 9.3 miles. So expect to be sitting in traffic just for some delays, and make sure you take it into account before you hit those roadways. All right, that's a look at your traffic. More coming up in the next 10.
We want to get you caught up on the latest with the coronavirus. There are more than 1,600 cases of the virus across the country now.
And here in Georgia, there are 42 confirmed cases. And as that number continues to grow, Governor Brian Kemp says we could see more sweeping changes soon.
We decided to take some aggressive action today. We haven't gone as far as we could go. We feel like we're in the right place for the right time right now, and we'll continue to monitor that throughout the weekend.
The governor told school districts to do what is best for their communities when deciding whether to close schools.
Well, after that, I think no surprise, a lot of school districts, most of them in Metro Atlanta, decided to shut down for at least 2 weeks. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm live this morning. She's in East Cobb, and the Cobb County School District will shut down starting on Monday. I think a lot of the school districts are going to do that, right?
Yeah, Gurveer and Megan, here's the deal in Cobb County. Today, students will show up at this school and every other school district in the county. But starting Monday, the buildings will shut down until further notice. And that is the kind of thing we're seeing in school districts all across Metro Atlanta. Take a look at this map. Some schools closing today, others will close starting Monday for at least 2 weeks to try to separate kids and help stop the spread of coronavirus. They're hoping to keep the schoolwork going through remote learning, but that presents a challenge for teachers, for starters. Do they have the capabilities at home to lead class online? Can they do video conferencing with their students, for example? And then there's the challenge for parents, especially those who work. How will they make sure their kids are staying on task? Who's going to feed their kids? Who will supervise their younger kids? Karen Peralta of Cobb County tells us the remote learning will probably look a lot different for her younger child than her teenager.
My daughter told me that she's going to be doing online, and then my son's teacher, she said that she's going to be setting some work for him to do at home too.
Now, our website, CBS46.com, and also our CBS 46 app are chocked full of information about which schools are closing and when. And also there's a look on that website as to which colleges and universities will be closing and for how long. We want to continue our live team coverage now with my colleague Daniel Wilkerson. He is live in Midtown. Daniel, I understand some of the grocery stores are starting to look pretty bare.
starting to look pretty bare. They're trying their best to keep it stocked up here at the Kroger on Monroe in Midtown, but you would probably guess what they're after. Take a look, the toilet paper. I took a walk inside just a little while ago. Take a look. This is what I saw. The items that they were out of were pretty specific to this Kroger. The section where you would get your eggs is looking bare. They're not out of them, but they're going fast. The same for the bread aisle, not a huge selection to choose from. And the bottled water section, shoppers hitting it up pretty hard. This is what the governor had to say. Take a listen.
People that are in the grocery store right now, I don't think you need to buy every loaf of bread on the shelf. Save one for your neighbor.
The governor made me worry if something might be coming in the next couple of days. So I want to make sure I had food.
So good advice coming from the governor there again. A couple of items totally out at this Kroger, but for the most part, they're trying their best. I tell you, when I took a walk inside, you saw workers in the aisles throwing boxes, trying to keep everything stocked up, so they're doing the best they can. We're live in Midtown. Daniel Wilkerson, CBS 46 News.
Gosh, when you see this video, this is really going crazy. This is chaos in Paulding County. These are people fighting in a Hiram Sam's club. Police say it all started when customers bumped carts, and then this escalated. One person eventually hit another person with a wine bottle. Apparently connected to all of this coronavirus chaos. Fortunately, nobody was seriously hurt.
Incredible video there. And, a lot of you have questions about upcoming air travel. So here's the latest information that we have this morning. American Airlines will continue flights to and from Europe for up to 7 days to ensure that Americans can return to the States. In addition to adhering to President Trump's European restrictions, American says it is further reducing the number of international flights. Transatlantic flights will be reduced by 50% in April. Service to Argentina is also being suspended. As for Delta, starting Sunday this weekend, Delta will fly a significantly reduced U.S. to Europe schedule, and they will suspend 7 European routes altogether after they return to the U.S. on Friday. The airline also saying that unless your flight is less than 72 hours out, please hold off on contacting them with questions. They're being inundated with inquiries and it's bogging down their systems. At the Live Desk, I'm Carolyn Ryan.
We have new details this morning about that tragic crash on Bolton Road in northwest Atlanta. We brought you the story yesterday morning. Police say a woman lost control of her vehicle and hit a bus head on and then ended up crashing into a tree. 5 people died, including a 19-month-old, a 4-year-old, and a 22-year-old, as well as an 18-year-old. The driver and a 12-year-old are in critical condition. Developing this morning, President Trump says he is temporarily stopping his trademark rallies.
And the Democratic National Committee is changing plans for its next debate. Former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Bernie Sanders were set to face each other in Arizona Sunday, but now the 2 Democratic candidates will debate at the CNN studio in Washington, D.C. The campaigns of President Donald Trump, former Vice President Joe Biden, and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders all instructed their staff to work from home. The Biden campaign says staff now have the option of returning to their homes, and they will facilitate their travel home. The Sanders campaign says it will no longer hold large events or door-to-door canvasses.
Now, Bernie Sanders got a major boost to his campaign. He's the official winner of the Super Tuesday contest in California. That was a big one. 415 delegates were at stake. The final delegate split between Sanders and Joe Biden is still being figured out. The next contest on Tuesday, voters in Arizona, Florida, Illinois, and Ohio will head to the polls. 6:39, Barmel Lions has a pinpoint traffic alert.
Yeah, let's take a look at our pinpoint traffic cam right here on 285, just at Howell Parkway. You can see building volume, really back-to-back bumper-to-bumper delays early this morning, and it's because of an accident spot that's happening on 285 going northbound. Check this out on our map. Again, you can see some accident spots starting to pop up all over this morning. We've covered a few, but this happening on the 285 perimeter wall, just going northbound. just near Bolton Road. If you take a closer look, you can see some red and orange indicating speeds in the teens and 30-mile-per-hour range, okay? So you really want to make sure you take your time on those roadways. This is what it's going to look like on the west side of the perimeter wall, 27 minutes for your trip time, and on the east, 13. So make sure you allot enough extra time in your commute. Let's take a look at weather. I know it's been raining and that's been affecting the roadways.
Yeah, slippery roadways this morning, and we're going to take a look at Hartsfield-Jackson here. The wait times at security checkpoints were a little bit longer than you might think, given maybe that there aren't as many people traveling. About a 30 to 45 minute wait at the main security checkpoint there. You can see the cameras moving around a little bit breezy out there this morning. No rain right now at Hartsfield-Jackson. It's just north of there though. 65 right now in Atlanta. It's getting a little bit tighter, maybe a couple of sprinkles that make their way down into the area where the airport is, but it's to the north of Atlanta where most of the action is. Notice too here that to our northwest, this area of rain is starting to break up just a little bit. So we will have scattered showers through this morning, and the scattered shower threat, it just continues with us right through the weekend. This is something we started talking about early this week, that it would be hit and miss showers. There would be long stretches of dry weather followed by a few hours of some showers coming through. And right now we have some of those showers coming through, but I expect drier skies midday and into the afternoon. It is warm out there right now in the 60s. It will be in the low 70s this afternoon, but some cooler weather ahead for early next week. And it looks like we're going to have what is a wetter than normal pattern into late March.